All right, Shalom. Giving our praises, our glory, our honors unto Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother, the priest Zawan from GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. And this will be real quick. You got more earthquakes, more major magnitude earthquakes. So what I have here is from Al Jazeera, and it says tsunami threat over after large earthquakes hit Russia's Pacific coast. 3 earthquakes, one with a magnitude of 7.4 recorded near Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, capital of Russia's Kamchatka region. So, as I've been speaking on earthquakes the last couple weeks, there's just a lot more major earthquakes with a higher magnitude, 5, 6, 7.0s, especially in that region around what's known as the Ring of Fire. It's getting a lot more volatile, and it's a sign of the Lord's prophecies coming to pass. I mean, I've never seen the amount of earthquakes happening at these magnitudes. 5, 6, 7.0s. 7.5 magnitude earthquakes happening this frequently. I mean, you can look it up, do the research, but this is unprecedented. So it has to be a sign of something major going on. So I'm going to get more into this. It says the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center says there is no longer a danger of tsunami waves on Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula after 3 earthquakes, the larger with a magnitude of 7.4 struck in the sea nearby. The warning was issued earlier on Sunday after the quakes were recorded off the Pacific coast of Russia, according to the USGS. So this happened Sunday. So let's see. This is from July 20th, 2025. So just a day ago. So yeah, it's happening. Like I said, every other day, every week, there's major earthquakes happening in this region and other places around the world. It says here the epicenters of a series of quakes, the others measuring 6.7 and 5 on Sunday were about 87 miles east of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, capital of Russia's Kamchatka region, which has a population of more than 160,000. According to the USGS, the quakes hit the same area off the coast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky within 32 minutes. So quick. Okay, here we go. Recommended stories. Coastal warning issued after 6.7 quake hits off New Zealand. Magnitude 6.3 earthquake strikes near coast of Ecuador. At least 1 person killed, several injured after earthquake hits Peru. So that's heavy. Let's click on some of these articles here. Let's see when these were. Coastal warning issued after magnitude 6.7 quake hits off New Zealand. Okay, this is March 2025, so I probably spoke on this. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. Let's see, 6.3 earthquake strikes near coast of Ecuador. Let's see, when was this one? This was 6.3 earthquake strikes near coast of Ecuador, April 2025. Okay. So March, April. And let's see about this one in Peru. This hit Okay, June 15th, 2025. At least one person has been unalived and 5 others injured after a 5.6 magnitude earthquake hit Peru and was felt throughout the capital, Lima. So here it is, someone died, and this was only a 5.6. So where you have earthquakes that are 6.0, 6.5, 7.0s and above, those are big quakes, man. Those aren't just some little quakes, shaking the earth. For whatever reason, there's not any damage or, people aren't dying, but it's definitely doing something. It's doing something in the earth. And like I said, there's signs. Okay? There are definitely signs. All right? Let's get Isaiah 29. This is the book of Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. That visitation with earthquakes, that's the Lord. That's why I said it's prophecy. This is what the Lord is saying here. Whenever you see where it says that this shall happen, that shall happen, thou shalt see this, those are all prophecies that the men of the Lord are speaking about. These are the same things that Yahweh Shai was speaking about, because these are signs of the end of this wicked world and this wicked system. Okay? When you go to the Apocrypha, and I always bring this out, but I mean, it's fitting. A lot of times you hear us go into certain topics and certain things, and the same scriptures get hit, the same verses, the same points get made. But that's just what the Lord is doing. He's warning you multiple times about the same thing. If your father has to tell you the same thing over and over again, and you ain't listening, you're not getting it, then eventually that turns into a punishment. But that's what the Heavenly Father is going to do. He has his prophets. You got myself. You got the apostles, the other men, elders of Great Millstone, the bishops. Okay, you got the other affiliates out there prophesying, saying the same thing. Okay? Telling you about these events that are happening day to day, week to week, on a constant basis. Diligent warnings. And you people aren't getting it, well, then the Lord's going to bring the punishment. Okay? I'll get straight to the point here. 2nd Ezra 9:3. Okay? 2nd Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High, which is the Lord, Yahweh, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. When you speak things before they happen, that's known as prophecy. Okay? That's prophecy. Let's see here. Let me go to the top. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So Ezra and Isaiah were saying the same thing. The Lord is going to visit when you see these earthquakes. Okay, let me go back to Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. The key thing here is that the Lord is visiting. All right, let's go back to the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra 9. 2nd Ezra 9:2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. So you know good and well that the Lord is visiting the earth when you see these signs. That the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. It's manifesting now. We're at the time of the end of this wicked system. Okay? Now there's more. Let me go here. Another earthquake. This is from USA Today. Right? So this is the same thing. Right? It says powerful earthquakes rock Russian coast, trigger brief tsunami watch for Hawaii. So even Hawaii was on alert from these earthquakes. It was what, a 7.4? Right? 7.4 magnitude quake recorded. Okay. I just want to read what it said about Hawaii. So it says a series of powerful earthquakes and aftershocks that rocked Russia's far eastern coast triggered a tsunami watch for Hawaii that was canceled about 40 minutes later. Now, one of the major times you had a major quake when it hit Myanmar, and it was felt all the way in Thailand. So this quake that hit Russia, they had a tsunami watch for Hawaii. So let's say it was felt all the way to that region that it would send those waves forcefully all the way to the island of Hawaii. So that's major. This is the strongest quake, magnitude 7.4, struck near the coast of the Kamchatka region at about 2:50 a.m. So in the middle of the night, everyone's asleep. Then boom, you hear a 7.4 quake. Now, it doesn't mention about anybody that lives in that region. It said the Russian East Coast. But hey, it was major. Okay? It says four quakes and aftershocks reached 6.0 or higher. And I said this years ago. I said this, that, when these quakes start to hit, it's going to be a lot more frequent 5.0 and above, 6.0, 7.0 quakes, as opposed to these 2, 3, 4.0 quakes, because there was a lot of those hitting. And sometimes they do still hit in different places, but I said that there were going to be a lot more quakes that are on a higher magnitude. And sure enough, we're seeing it now. Because, hey, the spirit of prophecy, man, is in the earth. So we know that Yahushua is near. I did a video earlier about the digital IDs in these different countries. You got Belize, Mexico, making these biometric numbers for their citizens mandatory. That's another step closer to the MOTB. That's another prophecy. Trump signing off on the stable coin, the Genius Bill, setting up the U.S. dollar for the digital currency. Everything is happening according to, as we hear GMS say is going to happen. Because somebody has to have the 100% truth about what's going on in the world according to the Bible. But those will have to be the servants of the Lord. That means we got the name correct. We got the prophecies correct. We got the new moon and the Sabbath correct. That's another stupid debate going around different Israelites is, does the moon dictate the Sabbath? What is that even to talk about? Yes, the moon is a part of the clock of the sky as the sun. All right, the Bible clearly says that the month is named after the moon. So according to the cycle of the moon, you're going to get the Sabbath. There wasn't no Monday Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the ancient world. Those days never existed. You had the first day of the month, the second day of the month, which would be the first, second days of the week, third days of the week, and the month would cycle from darkness to light on each cycle. And the reason why these other Israelite groups, the reason why they get into stupid debates like that on their videos, because they're not prophets, so they're not going to get into these events. They just need something. The Lord just gave them something to talk about, but it's not really edifying for the hopeful elect that's watching and waiting for the salvation of Yahweh Shai. It's pointless, Hey, we here at GMS, we tell you how the new moon and the Sabbath works. I did a video on it myself recently, a few days ago. It's clear, But the main thing, our main focus is prophesying, waking up the elect and heralding in the second coming of the Lord and Savior, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Focus on the prophecies, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID NFC implant, the Neuralink implant, the brain implant, which will connect everyone to a digital system around the planet. The war or the battle of Armageddon, World War III, and the destruction of the nuclear missiles, and the salvation of the elect of the Hebrew Israelites. That's what we're waiting on, for these prophecies to come to pass. Now, I'm trying to think if there was something else that I wanted. There was something else earlier before I started the lesson I wanted to go into. But maybe if the Spirit brings it back to me, I'll save it for another lesson. I made the point. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom. I continue to watch for these prophecies.